everyone, Kristen Cabinet coming to you from Seaside Yoga's Self-Care Clubhouse. Today we're going to do a 15-minute Vinyasa practice, 15-minute really basic Vinyasa flow. So if you've been doing yoga but you've been intimidated to try out a Vinyasa practice, this is a really good place to start. Super basic, super short and sweet. And the main focus of any Vinyasa practice is really coordinating breath with movement. So throughout the practice today, you'll hear me incorporate an inhale or an exhale with each movement, and that really is the foundation of a Vinyasa practice. So let's go ahead and just jump right into it. We're going to start in cat-cow. So go ahead and make your way onto hands and knees. Take your fingers out really nice and wide, getting a nice big stretch through the hands. On the inhale, we're going to let the belly sink, chin and tailbone lift. And on the exhale, spine reaches and rounds, tucking the chin, tucking the tailbone. So really getting the neck involved here as we inhale, belly sinks, tilting the head all the way back. And on the exhale, pulling chin all the way to the chest. Let's do 2 more rounds. Inhale, belly sinks, chin and tailbone lift. And on the exhale, spine reaches and rounds. Last one. Inhale, belly sinks. Big range of motion in the neck. Exhale, spine reaches and rounds. Come back to a neutral spine. Take the knees wide, big toes touch together. Nice long child's pose. Really crawl those fingers far out in front of you. Lift the palms and lift the elbows up off the ground. Place your forehead to the earth. Deep breath in and a deep sigh out. 2 more big breaths here, deep into the body, into the belly, the rib cage, and the chest. On the next inhale, we'll make our way back up to hands and knees. We'll slide the hands just slightly in front of the shoulders, pressing through the index finger and the thumb, carefully not to lock out the elbows. We're going to tuck the toes, lift the hips up and back, coming into your first downward facing dog. I really prefer to keep my knees bent in all of my downward dog practice, but especially if your hamstrings are tight, bent knees are always a nice option. Let's pedal out the feet a few times, trying to be soft through the back of the neck. And then we'll bend the knees a lot, look to the hands, engage your core, and use your core strength to make your way forward to the top of the mat. On the inhale, we're going to sweep the arms overhead, bring palms together, gaze up, exhale, hands to your heart, coming into a standing position. All right, from a standing position, we're going to start with the feet parallel with each other, parallel with the edges of the mat, pressing into all 4 corners of both feet, but staying soft through the toes. Let's take a really big breath in, and with the exhale, sigh that breath out, arriving again back into the body. 1 more deep breath in. With the next inhale, swing the arms overhead, bring palms together, gaze up. With the exhale, dive down over the legs. Brush the fingertips to the earth or place the hands on the shins. Inhale, pull to a flat back, leading with the heart. And on an exhale, fold, plant the hands on your mat and step to a strong plank. Take a deep breath in, and now with the exhale, bring the knees to the earth, relax the tops of the feet, and then lower yourself all the way to your belly. Inhale, pull up. We're going to use it all the way up to upward facing dog for this sequence, lifting through the quads, pressing into the tops of the feet. Take a deep breath in, and on the exhale, lift the hips, tuck the toes, and come into your downward facing dog. Let's keep the knees a little bit bent here, pedaling out the feet a couple of times. And then bend your knees, look to your hands, and step back to the front of your mat. Plant your feet, inhale, sweep the arms up, and exhale, pull hands back to heart center and down to your sides. Again, inhale, arms up. Exhale, dive in. Inhale, lift head and heart flat back. Exhale, fold, step to plank. Lower down to the knees, come down to your belly, and then pull up through your back bend. Opening up through the heart, and then exhale, press back, downward facing dog. Bend the knees, look at your hands, step forward, sweep the arms to the sky. Exhale, back to center. 1 more like this before we add on. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, dive in. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, fold, step to plank. Move through Vinyasa, coming down to your knees and your belly. Inhale, pulling to the back bend. Exhaling to downward facing dog. From here, we're going to take a couple of deep breaths, sighing them out if you like. And then we're going to lift and place the right foot all the way forward between the hands. We'll pivot the back heel down, really anchoring into the feet, and then rising up into Warrior One. Biceps to the ears, knee over the ankle, core strong. Take a deep breath in, and on the exhale, open out wide, Warrior Two. Bring the hands out to level with the heart center. Take a deep breath, and on your exhale, release that right elbow to the right knee, left arm to the sky, gazing up, if it's okay, in the neck. Flip that top palm forward and reach and lower the arm down over the ear as you deepen that lunge. On the inhale, pull back, nice, strong, grounded Warrior Two. Flip the front palm up, drop the back hand down, reverse the warrior. We're going to pull back to Warrior Two. Straighten that front leg, bring feet to parallel and your hands to your waist. On the inhale, open up the chest, and on the exhale, fold down, letting the head drop and dangle at the end of the neck like a bowling ball. Nodding yes, shaking no. Deep breath in, and a deep sigh out. Leave your right hand on the ground and take your left arm up to the sky, big twist. Take another deep breath, and on the exhale, release the left hand and take the right arm up, deeply breathing into that nice open chest. Then release the right hand. Bring your hands to your waist, come up with a flat back. If you're not dizzy, take a little back bend, opening up the chest, and then come back to a neutral spine. Flip those right toes toward the front of your mat, open out the arms. We're going to shift into that left hip, reach to the right, and then take the right hand to the shin, left arm to the sky. Gaze up, if it's okay, in the neck. Take a deep breath, and on your exhale, slide that right hand a little closer toward the ankle. Stretching and breathing. And then we're going to use the core to pull back up, dropping into Warrior Two. We're going to windmill hands all the way to the earth. Step back to a plank position, lower down to your belly. Inhale, pull to your back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. From downward dog, pull the left foot forward between the hands. Pivot the back heel, rising up, nice, grounded, strong Warrior One. Take a deep breath in, and on the exhale, open out wide, Warrior Two. Gaze to the left middle finger, get nice and low, take a deep breath, and then drop the left elbow down, right arm to the sky. Flip the palm, reach and lower the arm as you deepen the lunge. Hold and breathe. And then using the core, pull back to Warrior Two, flip the front palm up, drop the back hand down, reverse. Come back, Warrior Two, straighten the front leg, feet to parallel. This time we're going to interlace the hands behind you, reaching back and opening up the chest without hyperextending the elbows. Take a deep breath in, and on the exhale, fold in, softening the back of the neck. 2 deep breaths. And then use the core and the arms to pull you back up to center. Open up the chest and come back to neutral spine. Open out the arms again, dropping into that lunge, Warrior Two. Straighten the front leg, maybe shorten your stance a little if you need to. Shift into the right hip, reach to the left, triangle pose to the opposite side. I've got a little bit of tightness in that left ankle, so I'm just lifting those left toes just a little bit off the mat. You can also bend into that front knee a little bit if you struggle with that ankle joint problem as well. We're going to use the core and that right arm to pull back up, Warrior Two, and then we're going to windmill all the way to the earth. Step back to a plank position, lower down to your belly. Inhale, pull up to your back bend, and exhale, downward facing dog. We're going to go for one more full sequence. Bend the knees, look to your hands, step forward. Sweep your arms overhead, big breath in, exhale, hands to your heart. Big inhale, big range of motion, arms up. Exhale, dive in. Inhale, lift head and heart flat back. Exhale, fold, step to plank. Last one, lower down to your belly. Pull up through your back bend. And exhale to downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in your down dog, and then let the knees come to the outside edges of the mat. Big toes touch together. Nice wide child's pose. 3 breaths. From here, we're going to slowly sit up onto the heels. Sit over to the right hip and then send your legs long out in front of you. And from here, we'll be on the earth for the rest of our sequence, stretching into the legs. So in Dandasana, we want to reach the heels forward. And again, if you want to bend the knees slightly, you can, especially if we're having a little bit of curvature in the low back. You can also sit up on a prop if you have a yoga block or a blanket, or even a pillow at home works great. But we're going to see if we can press into the earth, lift through the core. And just stay here for a couple of breaths, strengthening the core muscles in the front and back body. And then we're going to draw the right foot to the left inner thigh. On the inhale, we'll reach up with the arms. We're going to bend that front knee just a little bit as we reach forward, bringing the heart toward the thigh. Release the hands down, lift the heart again, and on the exhale, heart to thigh, forehead towards shin. Let's breathe here, 2 breaths. And then reach the hands forward and up. Exhale, release them down. Let's take it to the other side. So take that right foot forward, left foot draws in. Little slight bend in the knee, toes and knee point up. Inhale, reach the arms. And on the exhale, heart to thigh, forehead towards shin. Take a deep breath, lift the heart, and on the exhale, melt into your pose. Heart leads, shoulders pull back. Inhale, reach forward and up. Exhale, release the hands and take both feet forward again. Bend the knees until you can get to the yogi toe lock. So yogi toe lock, index, middle finger, and thumb create a lock around the big toes. We're going to bend the knees until it's comfortable. And then maybe as you acclimate, straightening those legs out just a little bit more, finding that traction point. On the inhale, pull the heart forward. And on the exhale, melt heart toward thighs, keeping the chest leading, shoulders pull back, and just gently let the chin drop toward the chest so that the back of the neck and the face can relax. Breathe. And then we're going to release the bind. We'll take the hands behind you with your fingers pointing at you. Flex the feet, open up the heart, and let the head dangle back. Opening up the mouth, closing the eyes. 2 deep breaths. Cleansing the throat chakra and the heart chakra. Those centers for voice and truth and love and intuition in the body. And then gently, slowly bend the knees a little as you drag the chin forward. Pull the soles of your feet together and scoot up nice and close. We're going to inhale, lift the heart. Lead with the heart as you reach the heart down toward the arches. Take a deep breath. And on your exhale, soften the back of the neck. Close the eyes. Melt into the hips. Feeling that tension release in the inner thighs. Breathing deep into the body. Inhale, pull up through center, hands behind you, fingers point at you, open up the heart, deep breath in and out. And then pull chin toward chest. Bring your knees together and make your way onto your back. We'll take a couple more poses here before we come into our relaxation posture. We're going to start by hugging the knees in toward the chest. And just take a moment to rock a little side to side, massaging the low back and the sacrum. You can take the knees around in a circle, one direction and then the other. Whatever feels good for you here. And then we're going to pull everything in nice and close. Inhale. We're going to drop both knees over to the right, anchoring the knees with the right hand and opening the left arm out to the side. Gaze to the left, close the eyes. Deep breath in. Exhale, settling into your twist. And then inhale, knees to center. Give yourself one more little hug. Inhale. And on the exhale, drop the knees to the left. Open the right arm out. Look to the right. Deep breath in. Settle in with that big exhale. On that last inhale, draw your knees back to center. One more tight little hug here. And on the exhale, send everything long, making your way down onto your back for Shavasana. We'll tuck the shoulder blades up underneath you, close the eyes, rest. If you have time to breathe and rest here for 5 to 10 minutes, beautiful. Otherwise, you can join me in seated. And we'll take just a moment to root down into the sits bones, sit up nice and tall into the spine, close the eyes, settle the shoulders, relax into the chest. And bring your breath and your awareness into your heart center, noticing how you feel mentally, the space that you've created. Noticing how you feel physically in the space that you've created in your body. And with one last deep breath in, take the arms overhead, bring palms together, gaze up, exhale, hands to your heart. Thank you for joining me here in the Self-Care Clubhouse today. Namaste.